Well, here we are on the Severn estuary.
With a big bridge. Ooh.
So here we are, we're back at Beachley, under the sound and the sight of the Severn Bridge. Fair bit of traffic rumbling through there today. Of course, there's plenty of mud here, but it's dangerous mud. You have to be so careful. But there's also a lovely beach for us to beachcombe. So let's get started and have a look what's on either side of the jetty and decide which side we're going today.
Now there's a bit of a drop that side.
There's the muddy mud.
Yeah, so I'm not going down there. We could get on further up there and then walk along, but that's an awful long walk and then an awful long walk back. So I think we're going to go for this side because just up there we can get onto the beach easily. Unfortunately, there's another mudlark that has just gone ahead of us and are picking things up. Oh! So we're not going to find as much as we thought we were, but I wonder if there's going to be things there. I reckon there will be because this is such an interesting beach. Right, come on, let's get down there. Quick, quick, quick. So here we are down on the beach by the seawall, and let's have a look, see if there's anything interesting like bits of sea glass, pipe stems, bits of Roman pottery. And look at that right away. Oh, a lovely big chunk of sea glass. And oh, there's another piece, the bottom of a bottle. Oh, so many exciting things. I'm going to try to save myself from picking up lots of mediocre things and save myself for the really good things. There's a bit of glass. What's that? Another bit of glass and a bit of pottery, or is it a piece of sewer pipe? I wonder, oh, what's this here? I can see something here with two colours on. Oh no, I like that. I'm not quite sure what it is, and I couldn't say, oh yes, it's definitely Roman. But there's something about that that tempts me to keep it, so I am going to keep that. Let's keep looking. It's all boding well for finding lots of goodies today. Pop you down. Don't forget, shout if you see something. I know you'll be seeing lots of pebbles and lots of small bits of white china. Oh, that is the bottom of a square bottle. That's, it's not that rounded. I don't think that's been in the water for very long. Hello! Did you find anything?
I can see a golf ball, tennis ball, some sea glass, and a Shipham's meat paste pot.
Never!
I can see all them off the edge.
Right, we'll pop and have a look later then.
It's whether or not I would need you to help me back up, I think, if I jump down there.
Oh, you may be stuck then. We'll think about that one. A little piece of green. It's still fairly sharp. Oh, what's that? Oh, for a minute I thought that was like an old ink pen, or the metal part that always, the nib goes in the one end and the handle goes in the other. I don't think it is it? Part of a whistle. Whoops. If you know what it is, please let me know and I'll take this home, clean it up, and we'll have it on the live show on Saturday 9 o'clock in the evening UK time, where you get to see other finds of ours. We have a quiz and a general chat and natter, so I'll show you it then and let you know if we found out what it is. And no, I thought that was something exciting. It's just a bit of rough stone or rock or something. Look at all the pretty colours. It's all just stone, but look at that. Beautiful. Oh, there's some freshly broken green again. Lots of freshly broken green. I think the people come down here in the evening and drink their beer and then smash their bottles. And their wine. Well, let's have a look at this bit. Oh, look what I can see. I love this. I have no idea why I love this security glass, but I do, and that's a really nicely cut square shape as well. So I'm going to keep that. Sorry about the noise. I'll show you up. That's how close we are to the bridge, and it is very noisy. There's the bridge. We haven't walked far. I've been walking along finding little bits of glass, but I think I've seen what I love to find. We walk along slowly. Ooh, I hadn't seen that. That's a nice smooth piece of glass. I'll take that, but we go along here. It's not the white tile. No, it's not the glass. Look there. Can you see it? I found my first bit of pipe stem. Oh, I'm so excited. You know me and pipe stems. I just get so excited. I will never ever find too many pipe stems. Now, it's not that I'm overly fascinated by pipe stems, but I'm turning the camera on again because I think I found another bit. Oh, is it? Is it? Yes, it is. It's another piece. 2 bits of pipe stem. Oh, I'm happy if I just find pipe stems. I don't need a lot, just lots and lots of pipe stems. And the odd gold doubloon. I hope you're keeping your eyes peeled for those as well. I want an extra loud shout if you see a gold doubloon. So far, no luck. Pipe stems 2, gold doubloons 0. This beach is always a bit gloopy, but it is definitely gloopier than usual. We don't normally have any problem walking along, and now you can see this mud sticking to my wellies. It's really squelchy and sticky. Oh, what's that? Probably just a stone, yeah. But look at that. Oh, it's really difficult to walk because you end up with such a weight of mud on the bottom of your wellies. Oh, I'm looking forward to getting up on this bit of rock. Oh, yuck. Look at that. Have you found anything, Mr. Johnson?
A few bits and pieces.
Yeah, a few bits and pieces. Oh, let's have a look at your bits and pieces.
I've got some little bits of glass. There's a top
pot.
rim of a pot, and there's the bottom of a jar.
Yeah.
And there's some other bits of
terracotta.
obviously I like to pick up the odd plain pieces for my games to go with the pattern pieces I've got. Because for a long time I was picking up pattern and I was forgetting to pick up plain. Yeah. Which made it a bit awkward playing plain or patterned.
You've got a nice selection there.
And
oh, I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do it. 2 pieces and we got 2 pieces, so
oh, I thought you were going to say
draw.
3. I thought you were going to say 3. You usually beat me, I thought. I wonder if I got one first. I'd never know now because I was walking. But I found these and you missed them because I was walking behind you.
I know. It's that easy.
So you
because
could have
your
had
head is
four.
a different height and the other people
It is indeed.
walked ahead of me and I found things they didn't find. So it just goes to show.
Yeah.
It's all down to your head angle by your height.
Always worth having a look, and there's more to look at yet.
Come on then, let's go. In amongst all these rocks, look what's caught my eye. Look how black that is. Now I'm going to hazard a guess that that's jet. I could be wrong, but it's very, very, very black. Jet black, in fact. And also there's this here. Now I'm not sure on the edge of this. You can see it's got some glazing on the inside, but it's also got some lines running around the rim. So, I wonder. Oh, you see a bit of pipe stem. Oh yes, look at that. I spotted that end on. Like that. And let's have a look at this. No, I think my pipe stem wins. It's the most exciting thing I found there. But then again, that's just because I'm addicted to pipe stems. And now I'm very muddy. Ooh. There's another heart-shaped stone. Isn't that a pretty one? Oh, yeah, I think we'll have that one. I do love to find heart-shaped stones. Now, have you got anything? Let's see you looking. What have you found? Oh, it's a fossil.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I put my glasses
look
on
at
to
that.
check, but it is, isn't it?
I think that's... Is it an ammonite? An ammonite. An ammonite?
I'm not sure, but it's
It
definitely
could be an anemone.
fossil or something.
Lovely. Ooh, take that home and have a look at it.
I found that while I was picking these bits up.
Oh, got
Some
hot.
interesting lumps of terracotta, vicious, but that's the bit I like.
Oh yes. That is a big lump. I'd say that's the handle of a terracotta jug or
Yeah, that could be
an
the
ewer
rim,
or something.
and that's coming off the top. And I would say that was quite a lump
Yep.
when it was whole.
I think that is probably a very nice find.
But pretty full pieces, isn't they? They've just got a lovely texture to them.
Yep. Ooh, definitely worth looking longer.
Indeed.
Look at those muddy boots. It's very uncomfortable walking with muddy boots like that. It's so heavy. But I have seen here a teeny bit of blue and white. But that's not what I saw. And there's a piece of coloured glass, nicely rounded. But that's not what I saw. Can you see what I saw? Now we found that little muddy piece of stem, which was 3, and now we have 4 pieces of pipe stem. Ta-da! What
It's
you
not
got?
fair.
Why?
Because I was just about to say I've got 3.
Oh, well, that is the longest piece we've had
Look at
today.
that.
So
No,
well
nice
done.
there.
That's quite a nice piece of pipe stem
Right,
there.
so you're up in front, you're 4-3.
Yep, keep looking. Sorry, you can't stop looking for pipe stems. Woo. Now I can see from here a piece of glass that looks terribly interesting. Now I'm not an expert on glass. I'm not really much more than a novice, but look at this. I think that is pretty old. There's like goldy colour running through there and all on the inside. So this does need some more research, but I would say that that is a very old piece of glass. Let's have a look if we can see. There's not a lot of sunlight. It's very, very dark green. Oh, I do really like that. I think that, for me, even above the pipe stems, is find of the day. Oh, we're going to have to work really hard to beat that one. Have you found some what possibly Roman glass yet?
No.
Oh dear. Look, what do you think of that? Do you think that's possibly Roman glass?
I'm going to clue. I know nothing about glass at all. Thing is, because so many things were replicated at different times, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
It just got...
But it's definitely got that. Tell you what it reminds me of
What's
in its
that?
appearance is them frogs that man makes. That type of thing.
What do you
I don't
reckon,
know.
everyone at home? Is that Roman glass? Am I being really silly and it's not?
Well, while we have our doubts as to the actual origins and age of the glass, we have found on this beach previously bits and pieces that tie back to that Roman era. Come with us now and we will show you around a major Roman site just down the road from where we're standing.
I found this sign, and here is a map. Oh, my shadow's in the way. If I stand there, you are here. So there we are. And we've got all this to check out. So you've got a courtyard house and shops. So they're all closed. Forum Basilica there. North Gate, South Gate, West Gate. So guess where this one is? Yes, it's the East Gate. I've got to show you this. I think this is really funny. Now, we call toilets public conveniences, and it says these toilets are closed due to COVID-19. Apologies for any inconvenience caused. That just amuses me. Inconvenient convenience. Wow, look at this. Isn't it amazing to think that these are Roman remains? Should we go in? We need a door. Aha, here's the door. Can't go in without the doorway. You know? Ding dong. Can we come in, please? Oh, thank you. Oh, look at this. Obviously that's not the original floor. But look at those walls. They've been repaired. As you can see, there's a lot of modern concrete holding them together, which is great because you can come in, look around. There's no fear you're going to damage anything, but you can have the experience of being somewhere like this. There's lonely inside of that one, and that looks much more interesting over there because it seems to go down. Come on, let's go have a look. Ooh, this is fun, isn't it? It's like being a big kid.
And here we are in a Roman house. Well, the remains of a Roman house, but they're substantial remains, as are so many of the remains in this area. We're in Venta Celurum, and it was the market town of the Silures. That's basically what it meant. The Silures were a tribe of Britons who were Romanized. So the people here were not necessarily folks from Italy, they were folks from this area, but they lived here in the Roman way. The houses were built on the structure of the Roman way. The marketplace was centered on the ideas of Rome. And you can see right here where I am at the moment, this house is believed, this was a courtyard house, and it was believed to be built around about 200, maybe 300 AD. The actual town around these parts was founded around 75 to 80 AD. So we're going back a long time. But here I am, sat in someone's living room where they had underfloor heating. I'm sat here, and right in front of me are pillars, stone pillars that would have held a suspended floor so that the heat could run underneath. It's unbelievable the advances that Rome had made and transported throughout the world to various places. Now, there are Roman ruins in other places, but here the secret is how substantial they are, because in places they stand 17 feet high, walls 17 feet high that have stood for nearly 2 millennia. That in itself is quite incredible. The incredible thing is that people are still living here today. Probably for 1500 years we lost a lot of the technology, but it's all back now. I'm sure that the lovely house behind me has full central heating and all of the mod cons that the folks here enjoyed back 300 AD. And another thing that is similar is the noise. I don't know if the camera is picking up all that traffic. The M4 is quite near here. There's another major road over there, but we've come up the old Roman road, which used to run from Gloucester to Caerleon. And this market town was right on that thoroughfare. And now, instead of being in a house, we're at the shops. This was a parade of shops that were used back in the mid 4th century AD. You know, people went about their business. It's incredible to realize how life went on. They had a whole commercial setup. And in this particular spot, we have a shopping precinct with then behind the shops some courtyard houses again, like the one we were looking at earlier. Now there are Roman ruins and Roman ruins. And there's a lot of traffic on this Roman road. So you'll hear the traffic going by, just as there would have been a lot of traffic going between Gloucester and Caerleon 2000 years ago. Of course then it would have been horse-drawn, not horsepower. A lot quieter, I'm sure. But when it comes to these Roman ruins, this is what sets them apart. The substantial walls and areas that were found. Because in some parts on this site, we have remains of the Roman town that stand 17 feet high. In fact, if we take a little walk along here, I'll show you some of those walls. And these are the town walls. These are the defences. You had to come through a gate to get into this town. There were 4 gates, and the area where I was stood a moment ago, that was the west gate. They really took security seriously. But there again, I suppose they had to, because whether it was the Romans or whether it was the Normans or anyone else, they were always having trouble with the rebellious Welsh. And this wonderful wall, when it stood its full height, probably did the job of keeping out those who you didn't want in and keeping those who were in safe and secure. And here we have one of the higher points of the remains, and it was built in such a way that these stones have stood for the best part of 2000 years and built on a rise. So any hopes of scaling this wall, I don't fancy anyone's chances. This was built to do a job, and in fairness to the Romans, if they did a job, they certainly did it well. And now we're over on the far side, looking out on the open land, and on this side they had the defensive towers. One is behind me here, and there are more going along the wall. This place was a town that was guaranteeing those who took on the Roman way of life security and prosperity. So you understand why British people felt, well, why not? Go with it. A pretty mobile living in such a beautiful place. And today we are still able to understand the grandeur of this just because the ruins are so impressive. Well, I've been amazed at seeing such incredible structures that still remain after so long, but we could stand here and just keep looking at this all day long. But I think we'd better get back to what we came out to do and see what else we can find down on the beach.
Right, I thought we'd have a little look here. I keep seeing these areas with lots of sea glass, but then I haven't stopped to pick up much, thinking let's get to the other end of the beach first, and now I can't find them again. So let's have a look here. There's a little bit, what's that? Oh, that's just a piece of thin, what is thin? Terracotta. Don't know what that was off. And there's some green. Is that brown under there? No, that's just some black stone. Oh, is that? That looks to me like Vaseline glass or uranium glass, and that will glow green under a black light. Back home I got a torch, so we'll take that and check it out. Right, let's have a look what else we can see. What's that? I don't think it's a fossil. And there's a piece of china. Is that, oh look, it's got a pattern on it. It's got a blue edge and some pattern there. Oh, that's nice. I wasn't expecting any pattern on that. And that's a bit sharp. Oh, look what I can see. Look what I can see. Can you see it? It's another piece of pipe stem. So how many is that? I've lost count. I think that's 6. Oh, what colour is that? That's pretty. So look, hold it up to the sky. It's green. Lots of pretty coloured rocks. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? It's another one. Oh, I think that's pipe number 7. Ta-da! Another bit of pipe stem. Woohoo, we're doing really well. Any more glass now? Come on glass, show yourself. Well, all the glass I've seen and I can't see much. But we do have a lovely view. Look at that in the evening sun. That always reminds me of like the westerns on the movies, and then you've got this absolutely gorgeous panorama with a big bridge in the middle. I wonder what that was. A little bit of metal something. And there's freshly smashed glass. Some more there. More there. We got some green here. Some clear there. Ah, now that's nicely rounded. And that one. Let's have a look. Oh, we may find 3 more pieces. Now, what's this? That was, but I think it's newly chipped again. Oh, look. It's not a lot, but it's the top of a blue bottle. Probably a little poison bottle, I would imagine. Or a perfume bottle. That is really pretty. And then we got more green. I think a lot of these are just Grolsch bottles that people will be drinking their beer out of. Is that? I'm going to say that that is a piece of a Roman terrazzo tile floor. Now, I've got no reason to believe that other than there are some Roman artifacts here and I want it to be one. So that is my reasoning behind that. What do you reckon? Do you think that is off a Roman floor, or do you think it's just stone? It's very square. Look at that. Somebody's definitely manufactured that. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So it's Roman. And what's this here? It's very pinky, but I think it's rock. I can't hear anybody shouting, there's a pipe bowl! So, I'll assume there isn't. Oh, look, there's some more of that glass. With like the gold on it. Oh, I wonder if that's off the same bottle. It could be. Oh, taking that. Sorry, did I make you think we'd found a pipe bowl?
Yes.
We haven't.
It's bad enough you've got loads of pipe stems.
We've only got 7.
I got 1 more. So that's cool.
Well done. Right, more glass here. There's some there. Is that a bit of pipe stem? Oh no. It's a bit of china, but it's just plain white. That's quite smooth. Yep, I'll take that one. Oh, what about that one? That's still quite sharp. I'll leave that here for the sea to round it off a little bit more. Now, what do you reckon that is? Is it something that's broken, or was it designed to be that shape? Ah, I know. Plinth man. Do you think you could do anything with that down your shed?
I don't know. It would have made a good bracket, except there's no holes in the back.
Do you think you could stand something on it?
I've no idea.
We'll take it and check. If you can't do anything with it, then we'll do something else. But I think that would be a bit of a challenge for you. That'll stretch your brain.
I don't want to stretch my brain.
Or be brave. Do you like my new wellies? They're pebble dashed. They're covered in pebbles. They're all stuck to the mud. They're really heavy to walk now. There's a big piece of very rusty old wire. I wonder what that came off. Seems to have copper wire running through the middle. And that hasn't rusted away. But all the outside has. I wonder if that was an important cable. Ooh. That's an interesting piece of terracotta. I think it's rounded and of a very big item. I wonder what. Could that have been the handle, perhaps? And look at this. Oh, is it a shark's tooth? No, but doesn't it look like? Now that's a lovely piece of sea glass. Oh, and another piece up here. And is that sea glass or a stone? It's a stone. There's a little bit here that's quite smooth, yep. So we'll take that. And oh, look at that tiny piece of blue pottery. Well, that is small. Oh, this indeed. You can tell they're not Grolsch bottles because they're slightly darker, and then as well as that, they're usually very rough compared to a Grolsch bottle. Hello, Mr. Johnson, what have you found? You're grinning wildly.
I haven't found a brick.
Ah, right.
But I have found a very nice bit of scrap.
Oh yes, it's
nice. At first,
very nice, yes.
No, at first, at a distance, I actually thought it was the front of a fire and this was a head foam on it. But then looking closer, you can see that it's not. This is hinged.
Yeah.
That's a hinge there, isn't it? But I thought that looks extremely nice.
It's extremely rusty.
It is extremely rusty.
Oops.
There goes my stick again.
You keep dropping that stick.
Keeps falling over today. So I just thought I'd share my scrap with you.
Would you want me to share my piece of pottery with you?
Oh, go on then. Oh, that's nice.
That's unusual because it's purple.
Oh yeah, that is an intriguing pattern.
Is it a crown? I can't quite tell.
I would say it could well be a crown going up that way, couldn't it? Yeah, with a fleur-de-lis on it. There's a fleur-de-lis there.
Yes.
Definitely a fleur-de-lis, and what would look like a shape of a coronet.
Looks like.
What's on the other side?
Oh, more.
A leaf.
Ah, now that makes me think it was a teacup because there's the edge in there.
Possibly.
So possibly a teacup.
But that is nice. No good for plain old pattern because obviously it gives the game away. Yep. But a very nice piece.
There's an interesting piece of pottery there. Got the lines around there and it's got glazing in there. I love finding these old bits of pottery. I'm never quite sure how old they are. They could be really, really, really old, or they could be like 10 years old. That looks like a piece of brick or something. And that I don't think is very old because the glazing, I'm assuming it isn't. Oh, is this a little square terracotta tile? I can't tell whether that's broken off something, but this caught my eye too. It's part of a brick, I think. So I'm going to go for Star Brick Company, and there's the A and the R. What do you reckon? Just a tiny bit of brick. But interesting because it's got some letters on it.
Now, does this count as a bit of pipe stem? Or does it count as half a bit of pipe stem?
Oh.
Because it's a bit of pipe stem, but it's split in half.
Oh, well, you can have a whole one for
that. I'm only 2 behind. I thought it was 2.5 behind.
No.
Because just to prove my point, I did have my other little piece of pipe stem.
Very good, very good.
And I still think I have the longest piece of pipe stem.
You do?
But that wasn't the competition, so I'm 2 behind, 5'7". I've also got a little heel of a child, I would say.
Yeah.
A small child's hobnail shoe.
You see the little
I know you like that
there.
sort of thing.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I got a few little bits of glass. Now, this particular piece, I thought might be thin enough for you to use in a journal or something like that.
Yes, I'm trying to find flat pieces, and they're all bendy, but that's a nice flat one.
I think that one's got a bit of a curve to it. Interesting shape. But I got 1 or 2 bits, and there's a nice flat piece.
Oh, another one, right.
But the other bits, I'm going to hang on to it for a minute because I'm going to set us up a miniature game of plain or pattern, as in they are miniature pieces.
Right.
But I'll just show you what's in my other hand a moment.
Go on then.
Because, look at that.
Oh, it's a number 1. Oh, it's a stocking for Christmas.
Christmas stocking? Who knows?
Christmas stocking.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
I've also found... Ta-da!
What's that?
A lump of coal.
Oh, right. Oh, very
No.
useful. Very useful for Christmas too. Santa does give that to naughty children.
Yes, I suppose you could say this is a metal stocking and a bit of coal off Santa for being a naughty boy. But for those who regularly watch the live show, you may know what I have in mind with regards to a piece of coal. I mentioned looking for a piece of coal on one of the live shows to go with something else. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do anything with the rather peculiar brackety lump of steel Caroline showed me, but I'm willing to go to the shed and see what I can do with these, and particularly with this.
Right.
So tell you what, while I set up plain or patterned, pop over to the shed and see what I've got in mind for my little bit of coal.
Okie dokie.
And here we are back at the shed, and I'm going to show you exactly what I plan to do with that piece of coal. I'm sure there are those out there who are already guessing and putting in the comments, especially those who watch the live show on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock, because you will have heard me mention why I wanted a piece of coal. But before I do that, I just thought I'd point out that Manky does have, some of you may have noticed, his little strap here, he does have his new security belt on. Manky has got into a few problems in recent times. When we were up with the Manchester Mudlarks, we lost him, and that was a frightening experience. And then when I fell on a video just a week or so ago, we almost lost him again in the river. So we now have him fully harnessed. I'll just show you now how it works. If he falls out, then that's as far as he can go, because he has his safety harness, which is neatly clipped onto my shirt button. So there we are. Manky is safe and sound there in my pocket for all those who've been very worried about his security. And I know that among those concerned were Pam and Alan, our friends and followers out there in Tasmania, because it was Pam who made this harness for him. She also made us something else, which I'll show you now before we get over to the coal. Where have I put it? Here it is. Pam also sent us this lovely little item, complete with instructions on how it's to be used, because this is a little jacket that's been knitted to go onto a jar. The idea being you can then use it as a night light. And when I came into the shed just now, I noticed this jar sat on the shelf behind me. It's been there ever since I laid them all out. And I gave it a try, and it does work. It sits in there very neatly. There we go. You have a look how snug a fit this is here. It's rounded at the bottom, so it helps to just slide it in. And there we have it. One jar. I'll just pull the string at the top to tighten it up. Let's pop it down there a second. There we go. And there you go. Now then, I'm going to pop a candle in that and light it, and I'm sure that'll look glorious of an evening. So lots happening here at the shed. I am keeping busy, but you're here to see what's happening with the coal, so let's get on with it. Right then, here we have the things that we picked up on the beach. I have this bracket. Now, I do intend to make use of it, but what I'm going to have to do is drill some holes at the back, and then I'll be able to use it here in the shed. So that's a project for another time. I'll just set that aside. I've got these lovely pieces of scrap, and I did consider using the scrap to mount the coal, but decided against it. I've come up with something quite simple, but I think extremely interesting and decorative. So this bit of scrap is going to take its place over there as well. And all we're left with is our piece of coal, which I picked up. But for those who've been screaming, you're going to do something with the watch, you're absolutely right. Here it is, that incredible remains of a watch, which we are convinced came up from down the mine, because this was full of coal dust. When I found it, there was small coal crammed in every part of it, and I've cleared it out, but I haven't cleaned it. You can see the brass coming through in places where I've given it a bit of a wipe over, but I don't want it spotlessly clean because that wouldn't have the effect. So we've got that, and I've got this. This is a piece of well washed and worn slag that's come up from the mine. So I'm going to just put these three together, and then I'll show you what makes this such an intriguing and interesting project. Now the first thing to mention is that rather than my usual Gorilla Glue, which was made redundant last time by the drill, this time, because I'm working with materials that perhaps don't lend themselves to being glued easily because of the surface, there's coal, there's the slag, and then there's the watch that is rusted metal, I'm going to use this little tool. There we have it. All three pieces joined together, creating a very simple decorative piece. But there's still more to this piece than you can see at this moment in time. Yes, this is a little more than what it seems. We've got the lovely watch. That represents a worker who once spent time in the mines. We've got the lovely piece of coal, which speaks of the product he produced. There on the bottom we've got the waste, the slag, the stuff that was just sent out amongst the coal, washed through in the washeries, and then lies in the river just getting worn and worn and worn. But on occasions, these little pieces hold a secret all of their own. And while this little trinket represents a historical time that is now past, as all deep mines are closed throughout Wales and the United Kingdom, that on the bottom, if I just catch hold of the coal and give it a lift, comes apart. Because one of the pastimes we used to have underground while having our lunch was to split the slag and see if we could find a fossil inside. And I hope you can see it there in the focus on this camera. But there's a fossil there of blades of grass. You're talking history, folks. We've been mining for centuries, but this fossil sat there in the ground for millions of years. And I think that makes this little piece very special indeed. Now, having made my trinket from the mines, we should really get back to Beachley Beach, where I'm eager to find out who's going to win the game of plain or patterned. Right then, now, while I was setting up my plain or patterned, I would just like to make an announcement that I am now getting closer.
Another one again. Cool.
So what does that put me on now? 5?
I think we've got 7.
You got 7. I need 2 more to catch up, but there we go. Another one there, look.
Well done.
It's the real deal.
Yep.
And here we have a mini set of plain or patterned.
Oh, right. Oh, they are small. Right, now this one I'm going to go for pattern straight away because I can see a bit of blue on that
it
side.
could have a name on the back and be white on the front.
It could.
I tried to put her off, Manky, but she didn't fall for it.
Yeah, I'd say that is some willow pattern, so that's ours.
Yeah, that's yours.
This one I'm going for plain. Oh, yes. This one I'm going for plain. Oh, yes, we're on a roll. This one I'm going for patterned. Oh,
hey!
Wonderful. Patterned. Yes, one to me. This one, what do you think, this big one? I'm going for patterned. What do you think? Patterned? Oh, it's got a bit of a leaf on it. How lovely.
Not nice because you've got 5 to wow 1, but still.
Be brave.
I'm being brave.
Patterned.
Oh, Manky, we've at least got one.
Nice. Plain. Oh,
Alright, you
look
got
at that.
7, we got 1. This is getting worse, but there's 3 more to pick there.
Oh, right, okay then, so you could win. Sort of.
No, we couldn't.
No.
We could,
Not
we
a
could try
chance.
and pull back to 7-4 if we're lucky.
Plain.
8-1.
Patterned.
It's plain because it's a
Alright.
solid colour.
And this one I'm going to go for patterned as well.
Oh no, I thought we'd catch you on that one. It was as thick as a tile. I thought we'd have this. You got too many. You got 9, we got 2.
Oh, commiserations to the losers.
But as I always say, when I lose, it's the taking part that counts.
Yes.
Not that I've ever gloated.
No.
Not at all. I'm only 1 behind now.
Oh, just a second. Boy.
Oh no, you haven't found one of them.
No, it's a nail.
Oh good.
It's an old rusty nail. Oh, well done. Another one.
I bent down for a piece of ridgy sea glass, and as I stood up, I caught sight of a piece of pipe stem.
Oh, so there's only one bit of pipe stem in it.
Yeah, there is indeed.
Ooh,
See?
it's getting
See?
competitive now.
We're pulling back, we're pulling back.
I think you should hold the camera.
Why is that slow me
Because
down?
then you get more chance.
Go on then, I'll have a go. Come on everyone. Search, search. We're 1 behind. 7-6. There's got to be a piece of pipe stem here somewhere that we can pull level. What's this?
Ah.
No, it's a stone. I think I can see one. Can anyone else see it? Now, in the centre of the picture, there's a white stone. It looks white on the camera at least. Just to the right. Just there.
No, that's my bit of pipe stem I put there to pick up later.
Haha! Look what I got! Yes! Number 7! Hip hip hooray!
We're on 10.
Oh,
Look, is that a piece of... No, I thought it was... Oh, is it a piece of decorated pottery?
pop it in your bag and we'll have a good look at it at home, love. You know, just keep looking for decorated pottery. Stop picking up pipe stems.
Okay.
Well, I did find one. Thank you, everyone. Now, could you help me find another 4 so that we can take the lead? Ah! I can see another one. I can see another one, folks. Can you see another one? See, it shows you just how tricky it is. But just up above this triangular stone here, just this one here, just there. See it there? There we go. Pop that with the other one. That puts us on 8. Which means, unless Caroline's found more, we're just 2 behind. Pipe stems, where are you, pipe stems? Oh, it's not a pipe stem, but just here. It's rather an interesting little piece. Oh. Very nice, blue and white. Don't think it's willow pattern. I'll have a good look when I got my glasses on. And a little bit of scrap iron lying here on the beach. But where are the elusive pipe stems gone? Right, I think we'd better try up this way and we'd better go check and see if my beloved sweetheart has been picking up pipe stems by the score while we've been searching. I wouldn't put it past her. She's certainly got an eye for these things, you know. That's what comes of being younger than me, see, my eyes, they're growing dim. That's what it is, and my excuse anyway. Excuse me, love. Yes? Have you found any more pipe stems?
I know you found one.
Have you found 1?
Or 2.
Or 2? How many you found?
3.
Oh, that puts you on 13.
How many
We're
you
on
got?
8.
No.
Because we found 1 more. There we are. I tell you what, I'm going to give you the camera back.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. I'm going to, so that I can focus.
You give me the disadvantage again now.
Nah, I got that little bit of blue and white that's pretty.
Oh,
Look,
very
and I got
cute.
those 2. So I got 8, you got 13.
Yes.
I'm not going to win this, am I?
Yeah, you never know. Let's keep looking.
Okay.
The sun is starting to go down now. It's still bright over there, but the shadows are over this side because of the hill. And the sun is getting lower in the sky. So it's soon going to be time to go home. And I don't want to. I love beachcombing. I've got an appendage. That's sure to weigh at least a pound, probably 2 pounds I reckon on my feet, that heavy squelchy mud. It's amazing, it would pull my welly off if I shook my foot enough. Ew.
Could start a new fashion.
I could.
Imagine everybody going around with stripy wellies with appendages.
Call them muddies instead of wellies.
Yeah.
Why not?
See? Great minds think alike.
Oh, look at the sunset on that bridge now. Starting to look really pretty.
Yeah, the sky looks lovely. Although the sun is setting behind us, it's reflecting over onto the clouds there, isn't
Yes,
it?
look
See the
at
building
that.
over there?
Yeah.
Later.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I saw you.
What?
I saw you. I saw you
What?
picking that pipe stem up and smiling.
It's not necessarily a pipe, it could be a little white stone with a little hole running through it in the shape of a tube.
Could be, but it's not, is it?
No.
So that kind of puts me... You've almost doubled my take. You got 14, I got 8.
Yep.
Now, we're making our way back. As Caroline has said, it's looking lovely here as the sun is setting. We're going to get up onto the slipway there, and I'm going to see if I can retrieve that jar. But on the way, I will diligently keep trying to find pipe stems.
I'm sure you will.
But while we're taking this walk back to the slipway, why not pop over now and have a look at one of the most famous buildings in this part of Wales. It's Chepstow Castle. So here we have Norman defences. The Battle of Hastings, 1066, we were there just a week or two ago. 1067, this place was going up. The main hall at this castle stood alone, higher on the hill for a time. Then over the years it has expanded, but that main hall is one of the oldest examples of Norman defensive architecture and castle building in the United Kingdom. And it was built for that purpose, as I say, defensive. Just as we saw with the Romans, so with the Normans. They wanted security, safety, and they wanted to keep their enemies at bay. And boy, didn't they do it, as we look around here and see the spiring towers and the high raised walls and the big sloping embankments beyond. This place stood the test of time. But when it came to the Civil War in the 17th century, things didn't quite work out. This was designed at a time when you used siege weapons, not cannons. And when the cannons came in, on the 2 occasions that the parliamentarians laid siege to this place, they did so with success as they breached the defences. But there is a twist in the tale, because there was a man called Henry Marten, and the tower in this place is named after him. Henry Marten was born in 1602 in Oxford, educated in Oxford, went on to become an MP, sat in Parliament at the time of the Civil War. In fact, he was such a Republican that when he stated that he wanted the destruction of the royal household. He was banned from Parliament for 3 years. Then it all broke loose. He became a commander in the Roundhead Parliamentary Army. They seized this place. Fast forward to 1658, Cromwell dies and everything starts to fall apart. The army and the politicians are arguing who should be in charge, and by 1660 King Charles II, the son of King Charles I, who had been put to death just a couple of decades earlier, was back on the throne, but now sharing power with Parliament. He agreed an amnesty for everyone, except those responsible for the death of his dad. Of course, that included Martin, because he had sat as the judge and he had signed the death warrant as part of that process. What happens? 10 men go on trial and they are hung, drawn and quartered. But Martin got off much better. He was given life imprisonment. Where did he end his days? In 1680, he ended them here, in the tower that now bears his name. Isn't history fascinating? And there's always twists and turns in the power struggle. As we've seen, the Romans came and went. So did the Normans. But they've left behind beautiful architecture that we can admire and learn from. And here we find the reason why the Romans, the Normans, everyone wanted this vantage point. Because while they built those incredible defensive walls all the way around towards the town, right behind me is a massive drop all the way down to the River Wye. This meant they could bring supplies along the river. This is a tidal river. You could get major boats up there. They could bring all the supplies in and up the back, even when they were in a siege at the front. And the chances of accessing from this side were pretty much nil, because that is one dickens of a drop. We could stay here all day looking at the incredible architecture. But of course, there's still things to be found down there on the beach. So we'd better get back. I found a brick.
You found a brick?
I found a very muddy brick.
Oh yes, it is, isn't it? Oh dear.
I think it's a bit too muddy to go in the bag.
It is. Oh, let's see what it says.
It has got a word on it.
Presley's? Cresley's?
Cresley, is it?
Something like that, I would imagine, yep. It's only half and it's very muddy.
Yes, it's very muddy, very slippery to hold as well.
Yeah.
Found some bits of bottle.
All right.
There's a bottleneck.
Right, I'm not going to hold it because it's very muddy. You can keep
Very
the dirty
nice
fingers.
little bottleneck. This one, I simply brought up because this is Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow.
So he's travelled a bit. And here is probably a part of the most iconic piece of glassware ever created.
Oh wow, it's a bit of a Coca-Cola bottle.
The old style Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, I think you win prize of the day. Fine, prize of the day. Find of the day.
I'm quite impressed with that.
That's
It's
very
nice. Look at this.
What's that?
Just there.
Oh,
Isn't that
look.
lovely?
Wow,
I don't know what it
pretty.
is, but it doesn't stand out from the crowd there.
Oh,
Back of a tile. Is it?
That's the glaze side. Surely
Yeah,
they didn't
that
make it that
is-
pretty on the
They
back.
did. That is the back.
Wow.
That's not the first time that I have spotted something that looks amazing and it proves to be the back of a tile. If you had your bathroom or kitchen done in those, you'd never see the pretty side.
And look, it's really boring on the other side. I spy with my little eye something beginning with SP. And this is always something we find. It's glazed. And it really isn't worth finding at all. It's a bit of sewer pipe. We find so much sewer pipe. It's a shame you couldn't sell this by the pound. Not quite a Roman artifact, is it? Is that a bit of your Coca-Cola bottle?
Don't know.
Do you think? Unlikely to be, but it could be.
I can confirm
Yes.
that it is a piece
Oh.
of a Coca-Cola bottle, because look, see the shape?
Yes.
Trademark written there, like here, and see the lines going down? If anything, I'm not sure, could be deceptive, but I think that might be slightly larger than that.
Right, we need to find out how old those bottles are. Well, those 2 bits of bottle. I'm rather optimistic.
Oh, don't tell
I got something on my mind.
Should I just give up now? How many's that for you?
I think it's 16.
And I got 8.
Yes.
Right. In that case,
Does that mean I won?
you've got twice as many. You have won, dear. You have decidedly won.
You think so?
Yes, well done.
Thank you. Well, I think as my last find before the sun goes down, I'm going to claim this as a bit of a galleon. Let's put it up here. Look how old that is. If I squeeze there, you see the water coming out of it is so soft. Now I can't see any nail holes in it, and it could just be a bit of tree, but it could be from a galleon. What do you reckon? Can I get away with saying that's from a galleon? Go on then. That can be our galleon plank. Now we're just about to go off the beach and I couldn't resist. I just had to have one last little look around and look what I found. Haha, make that 17 bits of pipe stem. Nothing, no, we weren't talking to you. Don't worry, we were just commenting on the colour of the rocks.
I don't mind losing. Well, you know what they say about the plans of mice and men, and my plan has definitely gone kaput.
Kaput.
Kaput. And I'll tell you for why. When I came down here earlier, I spotted a golf ball, a tennis ball, a Shipham's pot, and numerous pieces of china lying on the ground. And I said to Caroline, don't come up now, we'll go there after. Then we got so carried away with all that we were doing over there that we overlooked one small thing. It's not just that the sun is going down, folks, but the tide is coming in. So now, right down below me, where there was once all those lovely artifacts I wanted to show Caroline, there's water. Well, you can't win them all. And to be honest, Manky and I are starting to think you can't win any of them. Because if you think we didn't do well being beaten 2-1 on the pipe stems, well, that's nothing to the hammering we took on the Plano patent. But we're all winners because we've had a fantastic time. Hope you've enjoyed it, yeah? The sky is glorious, the sun is setting. It's time for us to jump in the car and head for home. So until the next time, don't forget
to give us a thumbs up before you go. Doing, 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 doing.
Oh, nearly forgot that.
You did.
Okay then, and after giving us the thumbs up, please have fun. Bye.
Bye.